I did just see it as a really good problem. That's what a proper calculator looks like. The problem with it is I wanted it to be dark. The script is laughable, but not in a good way. It's just proved so divisive. I was reminded of the friendship between Elliot and E.T. Every time anyone says mockumentary, immediately you think, is it as good as Final Tap? The answer is no. Very smartly reinventing a franchise. I couldn't thought that was possible. It does the thing that cinema is meant to do with toy best, to completely immerse you, to transport you, to take you to another world, to earn some distance.
The film review today at 5:45 on the BBC News Channel.
Hello, you're watching Afternoon Live. I'm Martine Coxall. Today at 4, tributes for Albert Finney, one of the leading actors of the post-war generation, who's died aged 82.
I take a tip from the fishes. Never bite unless the bait's good.
The 5-time Oscar nominee came to fame in the 1960s with a long, distinguished career on stage and screen. A High Court judge allows the billionaire Sir Philip Green to formally end his legal action against the Daily Telegraph. A man and a woman have been arrested on suspicion of manslaughter by gross negligence after 4 children died in a house fire in Stafford. Politicians from Belfast and Dublin meet to try to break the Irish border deadlock ahead of the Irish Prime Minister's working dinner with Theresa May. And coming up on Afternoon Live, all the sport, James has more on horse racing suspension.
Yes, good afternoon to you. Yes, with the sport currently shut down because of an outbreak of equine flu. News this afternoon that 3 more horses have tested positive for it, all in the same yard that's been previously affected. So now the total number of cases is up to 6. Much more on this from me at 4:30.
James, thank you very much. And Phil has all the weather. Tell us about Eric.
Eric responsible for this, a none too cheery scene across the Sussex coast, and just along the coast we've had reports of trees down in both Dorset and also Devon, and the devastation is as widespread as getting up into Northern Ireland too. I'm going to tell you who's getting what from Eric and when, hopefully in the next half an hour with you in the studio.
Phil, thank you very much. Also coming up in news nationwide at 4:30, hundreds of e-gamers from across the world are heading to Kettering this weekend to take part in the area's biggest ever gaming event, and I'll tell you all about
it. Good evening. It's so good to have you here today. Just hold on, I will try and fix the screen. So please turn your microphones on and say hi to everybody. This is the English class, and here we just talk. So please turn your microphones and say hi to each other.
Hi.
Hello. What's your name?
Hi.
What's
my name is Lira.
Very good. Where are you from, Lira? Where are you from?
I from Timazi.
Very good.
From Republic of Bashkortostan.
Very good. And which class, which form, which grade do you go to?
I am at 10th grade.
Okay. So are you planning to take the Russian national exam?
Yes, I'm going to.
Very good. So right now, please make a conversation with other people. Just get to know other people without my help. Just ask their names, same what I asked you. Please do.
Hello, everyone. What is your name?
Very good. Excellent job. Come on, people, please. Say hello to each other. That's a conversational English practice. That's
hello. My name is Marina. I am at the 11th form and I'm going to pass the national Russian exam. So I'm here to get to know to different rules that can be here at this exam, can be there, and just be ready.
Very good. So what's your name? Say it again.
Marina.
Marina and Alina. The first girl, the first lady. What's your name? I don't know. Who remembers the name?
Maybe Lirondel.
I don't know. Okay. So anybody else? Just say hello, please.
Everyone just don't want to speak.
Well, I don't think so. It's I don't do anything else. I just talk. That's it. Okay, please. Hey, folks, this is the conversational English class. Like you said, I do not teach you rules. We just talk here. And as I said, I ask you, Alina, that's your name? I think your name is Alina. Okay, Marina, just help her. Try and figure out the names of other people.
Okay, Alina, hello, how are you? Alina. She's shy, I think. Okay, so where are you from and are you going to pass the national Russian exam?
I can see camera, Anna. Anna's camera.
And
nothing.
so what's the big deal of this camera?
So she
without
doesn't.
microphone.
What's that?
Without microphone.
Okay, I don't know. Nobody wants to answer my question.
So sorry to interrupt you, but I want to say hello that I finally joined this conversation. My name is Matthew.
Hello.
So where are you from and are you going to pass the Russian national exam?
I'm from the Urals, from the town of Nizhny Tagil, and I'm surely going to pass the Russian national exam, or Russian state exam, as it's often pronounced.
Okay. So that's it, I think, yeah?
Marina, where are you from? Say it again, please.
I'm from Cheboksary, not far from Moscow.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
So can you tell us a little bit about yourself? What kind of school do you go to? What kind of books do you learn?
My school is 28. I go to school number 28. And we usually study Afanasьева books. Sometimes our teacher gives us some copies of Oxford books with different tasks, but I try to find information on the internet. We don't have special classes to prepare for this exam.
Okay, interesting. So anybody else? Okay, I see that, like you said, that you are pretty shy, and maybe because most of you are for the first time here, except for Matthew. I know Matthew for maybe some 7 to 8 classes before. So what I want you to do today is I want you to talk about how you learn the vocabulary. That will be kind of the main topic of our class. But before that, let's talk a little bit about the February 14th. What do you want to share? What kind of knowledge do you want to share about February 14th? Please, feel free to talk. Marina, you can start.
You know, I don't understand the question. February 14th, what do you mean? Maybe I don't know the information. Ah, you mean a holiday?
Okay.
It's like St. Valentine's Day, something like this?
Something like this, yeah.
Okay. So it's a special day for people who are in love, yeah, and they usually give presents to each other. Congratulate with this.
Do you celebrate this holiday?
No, it's a usual day for me.
And how about your school? Do you have something special?
Yeah, we usually, my friends make cards, Valentine cards, and we exchange them. Yeah. But that's all, I think, nothing special.
Okay. Alina? Can you something about February 14th? Okay, Matthew?
So I want to say that I usually notice some unusual activity in my class on this day, but this is not so active and widespread that it might be thought to be.
Okay, anybody else? Just feel free to jump into our conversation anytime. Somebody wrote in the chat section that they do not have the sound, they cannot hear me. Well, then restart your browser and you will be fine, because as you know that other people can hear us fine. Okay, so anybody else about Valentine's Day?
Maybe I.
Yes, sure, please.
We usually present to each other Valentine's card, but I noticed that it can do more girls than boys, and we have in our class more girls than boys, and we usually send not for boys only, we send it for each other, for our friends.
Very good, excellent. So can you see my screen now?
I can see.
Oh, what can you see?
Valentine's Day.
And so Valentine's Day, and what else can you see?
A heart.
Heart, very good, excellent. So see, this is, and if you are interested, you can use this link later. You can use this link later just to have some resources for Valentine's Day. So what is going on?
Честно, у меня запроса нет.
Well, I thought that these people will never ever attend my classes, but that's okay. So if you have a look at the Valentine's class, you see we have many sayings.
Значит, все равно я закрою. Сейчас пока просто на меня никто не повел.
So what is going on? Somebody is talking Russian. This is an English class. and please do not speak Russian. Otherwise, I will just kick you out of the class. Okay. So what I want you to do now is, let's say.
Скажи, пока что не говори. Что такое запрос дистанционного управления?
No.
Если нажму «Чего».
Управлять этим компьютером нормально.
А,
Это чтобы просматривать файлы на компьютере.
так это невозможно без установки программы, нет. Невозможно.
Программа та специальная.
Да.
Я не вижу, Алик, ты завтра идешь на английский.
Так ладно, я выйду отсюда.
Ты завтра пойдешь и договоришь, там довольно говорить.
Я просто не понимаю, каким образом здесь наводят.
Mute the microphone of Alec.
Yeah, that's what I did. I was just okay. So yeah, as I said, I will kick him off, and that will be fine. So I kicked the person out of the conference, and I'm very sorry about that because I asked several times and he didn't listen. I'm very sorry, but I have this right. If you have a look here, you have one of the sayings about love. I know that maybe you heard lots of sayings about love. So what do you think? If you love someone, let them go. If they come back, they are yours. If they don't, they never were. So what do you think? Do you agree or disagree with that?
Yes, I agree.
And why is that?
Please repeat. Why?
Why is that?
Because I think if the person is you, he always be with you.
Anybody else? Your ideas, please.
I think that if you have the pause in relationships with someone, don't think that you should just forgot this word.
Which word? I will help you.
Закончить.
Complete, to finish.
Отношения. It's not. This does not mean that you should finish relationships with him. It means that you just don't need this person.
Okay.
And if this person come back to you, it's yours. He's yours.
Okay. Anybody else? Any other ideas about this? If no, let's move on. Yes, please.
Two persons should fight for love. Fight for love.
Yeah. People usually struggle for their relationship. Yeah, that's where I totally agree with you. Absolutely, that's very correct. Good. As I said today during the class, and do not forget that we will have only 40 minutes of the class because this is what we have for the free online class in this platform. So what I want to do today is I want to talk with you about how you learn vocabulary, because vocabulary is, if you know, it's the most important thing in your language learning. For example, you know, the previous class with Matthew, we talked about, it just happened, we took one of the cards from the exam, from the IELTS exam, and it was about the musical instrument. And the musical instrument was violin. And we were supposed to explain what we think about the shape of the violin, what kind of a shape is the violin, and what kind of a sound it produces. So I just want you to think about the continuation of this talk. Let's talk today about the piano. So what kind of a shape is this musical instrument? And what kind of a sound is that? Okay, just anybody else? This is the class where we try to learn some new vocabulary. So how will you describe the piano, the sound, the shape, anything that you or what you would like to say about the piano?
Piano has a bass tone and the high tones. So when you can play on it, it's just an amazing capability, and the music that comes from this instrument becomes something good for soul, and I like piano music.
Yeah, anybody else, please?
If we talk about the general form, the general shape of piano, I must notice that this instrument is not portable at all. It's like a piece of furniture in most of apartments, and a quite big piece of furniture. Also, I want to notice that it has a variety of tones, a really wide variety, not like the violin, which can produce mostly high tones.
Okay. All right, anybody else? All right, I have some questions just to keep on talking with you. So if we think about the violin and the piano, if we just compare them, what's the difference between the violin and the piano?
As someone noticed, piano is not portable, and violin can use by such as portable instrument. And the sound of violin is not big as piano.
It's not that loud, you mean, right?
I forgot this word. Maybe многогранен, как-то
Okay. Well, I'm not sure, because even in Russian, I wouldn't say that I understand what you want to say. So, but the question is that the ways how we produce sounds in with the help of the violin and with the help of the piano are very different. So what's the difference?
The violin has sharp sound, and the piano has gentle sound, more gentle and melodic.
Okay.
The sound in the piano is being produced by striking the keys, which strike some metal structures in the piano, maybe something like strings, which produce sounds that are different because all the structures connected to each key are different.
Okay.
So, yeah. I'm sorry.
So you, as I can hear you, the difference between the difference between the piano and okay, I'm just looking where is my new document. The difference is, like you said, we with the help of the violin, we produce the sound with the help of the strings, and the piano with the help of what?
I'm not quite sure what the contents of the piano are, but it's surely some, not strings, but similar structures, but the difference is that they are brought to action by striking of keys, not by direct influence from something.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's the conversation is very good here. Everything is clear. I agree. So you see, when we talk about the violin, so I will just write a little bit of vocabulary for you. So violin, it is the part of the orchestra, which is called strings, right? So how about piano? What?
Keyboard.
Absolutely, keyboard. So you see, we are talking a little bit. We are just trying to understand the new vocabulary. Keyboard. Yes, very cool. Keyboard. Okay, but what other parts of the orchestra do you know? So violin is strings, piano is keyboard.
Drums.
Drums, very good. Yeah, drums, and that's percussion. Another word is percussion. Okay. So then.
Woodwind.
Woodwind. Can you give some examples of woodwind?
Saxophone.
Pipe. Well, I wouldn't agree that woodwind is the saxophone is woodwind. It should be. It should contain some wood. So.
But
yeah.
I just can't remember what the.
What's that?
Tube.
Tube is metal, maybe, but I don't know really.
Okay, so I think that it's not that difficult, and the words you are supposed to know. So, like you said, flute, right? Did you mention flute? Clarinet?
Trumpet.
Yeah, hold on. Flute, clarinet, oboe. Okay. And what you said, trumpet, is it a woodwind? I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Trumpet is a different type of, a different part of orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any idea? How do we call that? What's the name of this part of the orchestra in Russia for trumpet?
Медно-духовые.
Yes, but if you say let's talk about medny, so what's the English for medny?
Copper.
Copper, absolutely, because you know that from your chemistry class, you know that medny is cuprum, right? So in English it's copper. Very good. And but in English we do not call this part of the orchestra as a copper, because we call and not the copper but the alloy. Do you know the word alloy?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that is why I said that we need to learn some new vocabulary. It's this is the translation. Alloy of copper and zinc. Do you know how we call copper and zinc together?
Yeah.
So what's the Russian word?
Цинковый, да.
Yeah, but this is an alloy. of copper and zinc together. Yeah, I can do it in slightly different way. Copper.
Platoon.
Yeah, but what's the English word? Yeah, I agree, but the English word is different. Yeah, so,
Brass.
what's that?
Brass.
Yes, that's brass, absolutely. So you see, right now, you know how we call this part of the orchestra. It's called brass. And also, with the word brass, we call the top military in the army. So you see, they have that, we have the limitation of 40 minutes. Yeah. So brass is also the name for the top military in the army. We call them brass. Okay, good. So are these all parts of the orchestra, like strings, drums, or percussion, keyboard, woodwind, brass? What else do we have in the orchestra?
Cello,
What is that?
violoncello.
Ah, that's cello. Yeah, good.
Cello.
Cello. Yeah, it's like that. Cello. Right. Okay, very good. So, the previous class, there was kind of a difficult question for Matthew, and Matthew, it's not a question for you now, but for other students. How can you describe the shape of a violin? Shape of a violin. What do you think? What kind of words can you use to describe the shape of a violin? Just ladies, please try, because during the exam, you never know which word you will need. And today we talk about the orchestra, the musical instruments, but another class we will talk about, I don't know, the oil production or about the computer parts or whatever you want. So how can you compare, how can you describe the shape of a violin?
What does
It's elongated.
It's what?
Elongated.
Elongated?
Yeah, right.
That's a very big word, and I don't think that we usually use this word in English. Try to make it much simpler, not that difficult. Okay, somebody else wanted to say.
Maybe stretched.
Stretched? I don't know. What else?
Maybe female figure.
The shape of the well, I don't think that the examiner will like your comparison if you say that the shape of the violin is reminds you the shape of the women's figure. I don't know. Maybe the better idea will be to compare it to
Maybe to pie.
A what? A pie?
Pie.
What is a pie?
P.
P?
Груша.
Oh, pear. Yeah, that's a very good. Yeah, pear. Yes, that's why as I said, we come here to learn the new vocabulary and to know for sure how we pronounce it. Yeah, pear, exactly. And you know, one of the ladies of one class, she confused. She said that this is how do we say persik in English?
Punch.
Pie.
So pear, peach, absolutely, yeah, very good. Peach. So do not forget about that. And you know that when you want to say that something is very excellent, you can say it's peachy. Okay, good. So the shape of the violin, like you said, you can compare it to the pear or to the guitar. And I just help you with the word, probably you don't know this word, but you can compare it to the hourglass. Hourglass is Okay, so you see,
Okay.
it's very close, and probably you will remember this word. So you know that another topic, and we do not have time, but still we will start, which will give you lots of necessary vocabulary, is in England and in United States, they do not talk a lot about the signs of zodiac. Signs, okay, excuse me. Yeah. Signs of zodiac. But this will help you also to remember lots of new vocabulary. So it's about your birthday. So what is your sign? Just tell me.
My sign is Scorpio.
Scorpio. Okay, but you know, you will not learn a lot from Scorpio, but still, anybody else? Other sign?
I'm Taurus.
Taurus. Very good. So what is Taurus? Who knows that? What is Taurus?
It's Телец.
Well, please do not say it in Russian. You have to use easier English words. What is Taurus?
Okay.
Because Taurus is Latin. This is Latin. First of all, you know that boys know the word, the name of the car is Ford Taurus. Probably boys.
It's something like a horse.
Well, actually, it's not a horse. It's definitely not a horse.
It's like a big swine.
Not a swine. Not a swine. No, ladies, sorry. It's not a pig.
I don't really know.
Yes, you do. And I want you to, yeah. If you think about one of the most popular American teams, it's Chicago. The team from Chicago. You sometimes you have baseball caps with this sign here. Chicago what? Matthew, help us. What is Taurus in Russian? Okay, you give up?
Телец.
Yeah, but I know that in Russian it's that's what you say, but what is it? What is that in English? Okay, so first of all, it's about a cow, but cow is a female, and we are talking about a male cow. How do we call a male cow?
Bull.
Of course. So Chicago Bulls. I was just thinking about that. Yeah, bull. That's easy. And if you want to think about the young of the cow and the bull, it will be a calf. Okay, calf. So any other signs of zodiac?
Libra.
Libra. Okay.
Yeah.
What is Libra? What is that? Libra. Yeah, what is that?
It's
Line 2.
It's something to know about how much kilograms is
right, absolutely.
the
it's about
subject's weight.
Yeah, it's about your weight. But how do we call the tool to measure your weight? How do we call it? You have two words. Matthew, help us.
Weight measure.
Yeah, how do you measure? With the help of what tool? With the help of what instrument do you measure your weight?
Weight instrument.
What is that?
Waiter.
No, it's not a waiter. Come on, girls, it's not a waiter.
Scale.
Scales.
Yeah. First, it's scales, right? Scales, but you have even much easier. If you think about, let's say, the figure of justice, it's a lady blindfolded, and she has this instrument in her hand. That's the lady of justice. How do we call this? Those scales which are in her hand. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, you know that we still have only less than a minute to go. So okay, I will just give you its balance. Balance, that's easy. Balance. Okay, just give me some other signs of zodiac.
Lion.
Lion, right? And in English we say Leo. Very good.